essentially what they did with these guys is they just pieced together as much information as they could. They run the bodies of Hadley birds. They couldn't identify every man. They did
The city of Greeley is who paid for their headstone and one casket as well.
Yeah, and we'll get to another story later where it's essentially like a donation thing where a family isn't involved and the person is buried and they don't have a headstone. Really, what do you do? So things like that where the community comes together and purchases the graves.
Okay, what's death?
So I encourage you guys, why don't you fire up those EMFs? Maybe come check out the site a little bit, see if you get any activity.
We can even turn off our big lights and you guys can just use flashlights since there's no trench too if you want. It's up to you guys. We want to make the experience what you need.
Those EMFs have been pretty quiet tonight.
And you guys are welcome to explore. Standing will not help to explore.
She's fun. Oh, what was that? Oh, darn, I'm sorry. Could have sworn I saw.
If you want, we can put the light back on it if that helps take a picture.
They were en route to a scheduled performance at the Anglo-American Circus Show.
So imagine 10 of your guys just burned to death and you have to go still do a show. That's pretty crazy.
Oh, maybe this time like sever the train, not really caring.
Yeah.
No, they had to sever it because it was coal operated. It was safer to sever it than to let the whole thing go up in flames.
No, they should let the whole thing go up in flames.
Should we do?
And they were in a sleeper car as well.
Oh, it was a sleeper car.
Yeah, it was a sleeper car.
We should do some dowsing rods.
And there's like lore behind it that says they were clowns. So that's why clowns are really scary in Greeley.
S-Box.
No?
S-Box.
Spirit
Scanning.
Mm-hmm.
FM.
You want to or no? She's like looking at me like she's all freaked out.
Oh, I was like, what is that?
She's like, what is going on here?
I've never seen one of those.
Where were? Is it? Mimi. Talk to us. Well, go ahead. Talk to us. We're here. What did that say?
Oh, it said hello.
Hello. It can go louder, but it's just I don't want everybody to get upset. Jess. It might be everybody else coming through. Now it's like.
Sounds like
Sounds like. I was getting ready to sound like. So who's here with us right now? Like he did a Any of you guys want to ask questions? Cool.
You like people visiting you late at
Okay. Are they ready? Oh God, hold on. It was online. I got it. It's a S box. Yeah, it's like I guess it's like the next down after what the SP7, and then there's the SP11, but this one seems to be, it records and everything. Yeah.
You getting any readings?
Well, I thought you guys said stop.
Huh? Oh, I didn't. I was going to get the rest of the group.
Oh, well, poo.
Can we try it again?
If you want to.
I would like to. It almost sounded like I heard a circus clown noise.
I mean, there was names coming through, but I'm not too sure if it might be everybody else around here starts thinking they could talk. But we could do.
S-Box. Scanning. FM.
If it'll stay on there. Now everybody could just ask questions.
For the one unknown, is there something you can tell us what your name is?
Who, me? He said, who, me?
Me? Yes, the one unknown. What can you tell us about you?
I'm here.
Are you here? Yeah.
Almost like music. Like.
Does anybody want to ask?
What is your name?
Can you tell us anything about your death?
Especially.
You guys will have to listen back on your recorders. So who's all here with us right at the moment? It was an accident.
I thought it said Mexican. Accident?
It was an accident. And she says something else. It's a lady that was saying it, so. You always can hear the same voices. You'll hear the same voices continuously say different things, or another voice will say, but it's always the same voice. But then you'll hear all these other ones because it's like the doorway's open, so here I come. Oh, yeah. They say, oh, yeah.
Anybody have anything to ask before we move on?
For the 9. For the 9. Okay. Nobody wants to ask anymore? I'm going to shut it off. Boop.
We can do them. It's just a little windy. I was trying them to see how windy it is. We can definitely try them over there. It's just a little bit more blockage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys are ready to part ways with the circus,
Oh, where's my...
why don't we go to one of the most notorious spirits of Greeley? Now, this guy will get you.
Alrighty, friends, we're gonna go ahead and get started moving on to our next area.
There's a oopsie doops. So I don't trip. What's this?
This is different here, you guys.
Mr. Wilbur Dwight French happens to be the most notorious ghost in the courthouse, the Weld County Courthouse, and for a good reason. Well, Mr. French happened to be the first and only lynching in Greeley, Colorado. And with that, let's just put it this way, there's a lot of unresolved energy there. So, Mr. French happened to get in a fight December 26th of 1888 with Mr. Harry Woodbury. Now, Mr. Harry Woodbury, he kind of owed him 600 pounds of flour, didn't deliver on that flour, so of course, Mr. French was a little bit peeved off. Now, to be fair, it might not have been due, or might not have been due. Because later that night, he decided, or well, not he decided, but Mr. Woodbury had went home, and after going home, Mr. Woodbury was shot dead. Now, Mr. Woodbury had just happened to tell his wife about the fact that he got into a fight with Mr. French, who was also known as the town drunk, and believed to have killed his wife, though it is thought that she had leukemia, so most likely the bruises were from actually leukemia, not him killing his wife, though tales will tell you otherwise. So he was pretty notorious for being, well, not the model citizen for Greeley. So Greeley decided, well, he's already gotten away with being the town drunk in a town where prohibition is rampant, like you don't allow alcohol, yet he's always drinking. And he's is also always fighting, even though our number one thing is peace. So, I decided, alright, well, we don't want you to cause any more disturbances. You're already locked up, though, for possibly killing him. So, you know what we're gonna do? Just go ahead and do the easy way out. Which they did. They decided to start an angry mob. Yay. So after starting an angry mob, they pretty much went after Mr. French being held at the jail and took him out of the jail and lynched him over by the courthouse. If you go on our normal ghost tour, you'll be able to hear more about that. But Mr. French, he has a very colorful past in the fact of, well, you might be able to notice around him, his grass, the whole cemetery is dead at the moment. But if you come during the summer or during the spring when grass is green and gorgeous, his site is the only site that doesn't grow anything. His site is also one of the very few sites here that we've gotten the most activity from. So, yeah, Mr. French is certainly a very spooky figure for us. Sorry, the energy is off here for me. I don't know why, but it's really off.
He will definitely like tease women and kind of pinch them, especially in the courthouse. It can actually be pretty distressing. He definitely is a flirt, shall we say. Now, his wife is also buried here. And as Alice kind of touched on, I mean, Mr. French, he was the town bully. He was the town drunk, but it wasn't his full timing, really. He wasn't always a thief, always a drunk. He just kind of got a little worse over time. So his wife died of cancer, and as Alice said, she was covered in these bruises and things. And everyone's like, he killed his wife, she's all bruised up. But this was 1880s, you know, how could they really bring things to trial? But so he was sort of implicated in her death, but it's very likely that she really just died of cancer. Now, the whole French and Woodbury thing was pretty bad because Mr. French already had this worsening reputation in town, and the townspeople were just like, no, he totally killed Mr. Woodbury. It was Mr. French. We do not want him to get away with murder again. And so this is where the townspeople all got together, formed that mob that Alice was talking about, and they stormed downtown Greeley. They went and got some rope. There was a guy dressed in drag. I'm not really sure why that happened. But this guy dressed in drag goes into the proprietor and says, give me some rope. And the proprietor said, here, take as much as you need. Don't even worry about paying. And this guy, then dressed in drag, goes back to the mob with his newly acquired rope. And that's where they use sticks and ice picks and things like that, like hammers and things, to get into Mr. French's cell. They grabbed him, and right in front of his 12-year-old son, they dragged him out of the jail cell right in front of the Wells County Courthouse. The site of his death is where we visit on our ghost tour. But